Hello everyone, hope you are all doing okay. We are from Jakarta State University, majoring in computer science. In order to accomplish our final English project, we are assigned to make a video about our beloved country, Indonesia. But before that, let me introduce our team members first. My name is Gabrielle Rosdiva and I'm here with my partners Annisa Zahrani, Talita Rahmi, and Dhea Marshanda. In this video, we would like to talk about delicious foods and drinks spread on the islands between two oceans, Indonesia. We will explore every taste of Indonesian cuisine, which has a different story. So, what secret is hidden behind its delicacy? Here it is, the flavors of Nusantara. There is no other country that has a culinary variety as rich as Indonesia. Various Nusantara dishes are a reflection of how diverse our country is. Our history of culture, religion, politics, and even our struggle for independence all play a major role in every culinary taste of Nusantara. In 1512, explorers headed to Maluku and North Maluku, a paradise land where spices such as cloves, nutmegs, and walnuts grow. Not far from Maluku, there is an island that is no less beautiful, Papua. Generally, the indigenous people of eastern Indonesia prefer sago over rice to serve as their staple food. So from generation to generation, they have been taught how to process sago. And one of the dishes in Papua that is made from sago is papeda or sago porridge. Making papeda is as simple as mixing sago flour with water and then heating it until it boils. When the mixture has turned thick and sticky, the papeda is ready. Papeda is usually served for breakfast, and like rice, it is usually accompanied by side dishes. It is commonly eaten with a baked fish dish called kohu-kohu. Another dish from eastern Indonesia is abon gulung, a Manokwari snack. Abon gulung is a roll cake filled with shredded meat. Eating abon gulung is never boring because it is so delicious that your tongue wants to keep tasting this tiny food again and again even though you are full. The combination of its taste and filling portions is enough to explain why this food is a favorite souvenir from Manokwari. And lastly, Eastern Indonesian cuisine wouldn't be complete without the refreshing matoa ice. Matoa ice is usually made from red roe, green jelly, black rose jelly, basil seeds, nutmeg seeds, and a typical fruit from Papua, which is matoa. From Maluku, people then sailed to Java. Arab traders settled on the north coast, while southern Java was still under Dutch colonialism. Dutch influence was strong in Solo and Yogyakarta because the palace there often invited Dutch people to eat. Around 1830 to 1870, there was a food crisis that ravaged the life of the Javanese people. During that time, the Javanese people were forced by the Dutch to plant crops and then took away their rice crops, leaving only sugarcane and sugar. Therefore, the Javanese people survived by processing sugarcane into raw materials for various foods. So that is why Java is now filled with mouth-watering sweet foods.
Rawon is a traditional East Javanese dish. Rawon is a black meat soup with a kluwak spice mix. Kluwak, also known as keluak or kepayang, is a rawan spice that, if not properly processed, contains hydrogen cyanide poison, which can make us dizzy, nauseous, vomit, and even die within 10 until 60 minutes, depending on how much kluwak we consume. On the other hand, if it's properly processed, we can have a delicious bowl of rawon. One of the other unique dishes from Java is kopi jos, or jos coffee. This coffee is served with hot charcoal. Kopi jos was first made in one of the quite famous coffee shops in Yogyakarta owned by Likman. Likman's coffee shop is known for its kotok coffee, but one day Likman couldn't make kotok coffee because he didn't want to disappoint his customers. He finally took the initiative to dip burning charcoal into the coffee, and turns out many customers liked this charcoal coffee and called it jos coffee or kopi jos. It was later imitated by many other traders and became one of Yogyakarta's culinary delights. One of the famous desserts from Java is gemblong. Almost every market in Jakarta sells this dessert. The making of gemblong cakes consists of ingredients that are commonly found in Indonesian markets, both traditional and modern markets. The ingredients are glutinous rice flour, starch, coconut, margarine, and salt. Gemblong is sweet, making someone who is eating it want to eat it more and more. And fun fact, this dessert is called kue gemblong because of its round and oval shape. And after the ancient sailors visited the island of Java, they then approached Sumatra were on its land. A unique plant grew and shaped the appetite of the Sumatran people for hundreds of years. That plant is andaliman or Sichuan pepper. Sumatran people love spicy foods that are made with coconut milk. One of the most beloved spicy main courses from Sumatra is rendang. Rendang or randang is a meat-based dish from West Sumatra. This dish is made from processed meat or eggs cooked at low temperatures for a long time using various spices and coconut milk. West Sumatran people often sail for a long time, and therefore they need food that can last long. And in fact, rendang is a food that can last for 2 weeks. And another fun fact, in the process of making rendang, it will be cooked for 8 hours, and if it's less than that, the food that is produced is not rendang, but kalio.
After a heavy meal like rendang, we continue with a drink that originated from West Sumatra, namely Dhea. Dhea is a traditional Minangkabau yogurt made from buffalo milk. Dhea is fermented in a container made of bamboo covered with banana leaves or water leaves that have been withered over the fire. The fermentation process is carried out at room temperature and lasts for about 2 to 3 days until clumping occurs. The Dhea is usually consumed as a breakfast mixed with chips, a kind of cracker made from rice and brown sugar. The Dhea can also be used as a side dish to accompany rice. Now we move on to one of the favorite desserts from Sumatra, namely timpan cake. This cake is kind of lopat originating from Aceh. The ingredients for making timpan are quite easy to find, consisting of flour, bananas, and coconut milk. All these ingredients are then stirred until chewy. Then it is made elongated filled with sweet sauce, srikaya, or grated coconut mixed with sugar. Timpan is generally served in formal occasions as a snack, such as at weddings and Islamic holidays. Across the sea, there is another stopover place for the Spanish and Portuguese from Maluku, which is Sulawesi. In the 16th century, Spanish and Portuguese entered Minahasa with Chile brought by Christopher Columbus from America. In this video, the main course from Sulawesi is the famous Coto Makassar. Coto Makassar or Coto Mangkasara is a traditional food from Makassar. This food is made from boiled offal for a long time. This decoction of innards mixed with beef is then sliced and then seasoned with specially formulated spices. You call it like soto when in other areas. Characteristic of Coto Makassar is as a savory taste that comes from boiling meat, offal, and spices. And Coto Makassar is usually enjoyed with ketupat wrapped in coconut leaves and buras or burasa, which is a type of ketupat wrapped in banana leaves.
There is a traditional drink from the island of Sulawesi, saraba, which comes from the Bugis tribe, West Sulawesi. Saraba is a drink with ginger juice and spicy mixed with milk. This drink tastes similar to bandrek but has a spicy taste. Saraba is best accompanied by fried bananas, and this drink is often found in Sulawesi regions such as Manado, Makassar, Kendari, and several other areas. The snack from the island of Sulawesi that we take is putu cup, more precisely from Makassar Sari. This cup is a snack of sticky rice that looks like the bottom of a cup if it is placed upside down. Snacks are usually made with two flavors, namely sweet with brown sugar or white sugar. And not far from Sulawesi, there is another island that is no less beautiful, Kalimantan. One of the most famous heavy meals on that island is soto Banjar. Just like its name, soto Banjar was first made in Banjarmasin, South Kalimantan. The main ingredients of soto Banjar is chicken, and it has a fragrant aroma of spices such as cinnamon, nutmeg, and cloves. To make soto Banjar broth, you can mix it with some milk, which makes the soup thicken. In one bowl of soto Banjar, there are shredded chicken, potato frites, boiled eggs, sliced carrots, and ketupat. Kalimantan Island also has a unique drink that is no less interesting. One of the typical Kalimantan drinks is Tiao, which comes from Pontianak, West Kalimantan. Tiao is a drink made from sago flour and starch. The two flours are put together and then given hot water. The combined dough is ready to be formed with a noodle-like mold. Then the dough is cut. This dough will be used as a filling for tiao. Apart from heavy food and drinks, Kalimantan Island also has interesting snacks. One of the typical snacks from Kalimantan is chai cake. Chai cakes comes from Pontianak, West Kalimantan. Chai cake is a Chinese culinary specialty of the city of Pontianak. At first glance, this snack, which is also called choisan, looks like small dumplings. The skin is made of white layers made from rice flour with vegetable filling. The way of serving is placed in a round tin and arranged like a dim sum. Times are constantly changing. It can be seen that many dishes that we often encounter have now been mixed with the progress of the times. By loving the culinary delight of our own country, we indirectly contribute to preserving them. There are many traditional foods that are almost extinct. Original Indonesian snacks such as nagasari, appam, sticky rice, mendut cakes, lupis, and others that seem to being abandoned. People now prefer French fries, burgers, hot dogs, kebab, pizza, and suun. According to historian Gigi Rizal at the launch of the book Mustika Rasa in 2016, as reported by tribunnews.com, we have never celebrated what Indonesian cuisine is, so we don't know culinary itself and ultimately lose out on culinary celebrations. So don't be shy to show your love for local cuisine. This is part of maintaining the culture that we have. Because if not us, who else?